how did you end up with Charlie?
It was really crazy. I was at a point. I'd been doing Texas for about 10 years, and I was like, I told my wife, I'm like, man, I really just want to move like back to the mountains where I'm from. Um, I love Texas and the ideals, but it's too damn hot for me, man. Like it's just too hot, dude. It's flat. I don't want to live out in the desert. You know what I mean? Like I'm an outdoorsman. I love being in the woods and on the water, and I was just kind of done. And I was like, I was doing an event for Marcus Luttrell, Lone Survivor Foundation, and I had met the mother of Danny Dietz, one of his teammates that was killed in Operation Red Wing. And Danny and I are from the same town in Colorado. She was like, hey, we do this thing for his birthday every year. I'd love for you to come up, do a handful of songs, and it goes to the Navy SEAL Foundation. I was like, yeah, cool. Oh, by the way, we don't have any money to pay you, but we'll put you up and feed you. And at the time, this is, man, 10, 12 years ago, I wasn't making a ton of money. Like I had 4 kids and a wife, and I'm trying to take care of my wife. Was like, you're going to go to Colorado for free to sing 3 or 4 songs? Like, no, man, like you need to go get paid. And I was like, dude, I already gave this woman my word that I'd be there. I have to go do this. And so I did. Well, I met a guy named David Rutherford, who was a SEAL, and David Rutherford, also a motivational speaker now, and he's doing his thing, and he's amazing. And he was like, dude, I love your songs and your stories. He's like, I know this guy in Nashville named David Corlew, and he manages Charlie Daniels. I'd love to link you up. And of course, like being in the music business, you're like, okay, whatever, dude. Like, we'll see if this happens. I've been promised so many things. Well, then I got an email from David Corlew and said, hey, Charlie and I have been listening to your music, and Charlie wants to invite you to come play a volunteer jam in Nashville at Bridgestone Arena. And I was like, are you serious? Like, is this real? And there's no money in it for you, but we'll put you up and we'll feed you. And I'm like, I'll be there. And then after that, like, it just was kind of came this thing. And David was like, I wasn't planning on managing any other artists anymore, but you remind me a lot of Charlie when he was coming up, and Charlie really likes you. And I started going back and forth to Nashville. And next thing I know, I told my wife, I was like, why don't we just move? Like every time we come here, magic happens. We're meeting great people. And Charlie opened a door for me that I could have never done by myself.
What year was that when?
I think that the volunteer jam was probably like 15. I think that we moved here in 16.
Yeah.
So we've been here for almost 10 years.
Yeah.
Some chase comfort. Others chase greatness. For those who run toward the danger, for those whose mission isn't a shift, it's a calling. Clean energy, zero sugar, 200 milligrams of fuel built for those who never quit. Waze Energy isn't for those who dream of making a difference. It's for those who dare to make it.
Hey, we'll be back to the podcast in just a minute, but first, let me give a big shout out to Merit Productions. They edit all of our podcasts, and they do a great job doing it. They're into BDSM. Now back to the podcast.
Because I met you in 17.
With Charlie?
I met David Corlew at SHOT Show, and I weaseled my way in to meet Charlie Daniels, and I did an interview with Charlie Daniels. So I lied to him, telling him that we were 9 Line News, because 9 Line Apparel wasn't really a big thing at that point.
9 Line News?
We were 9 Line News.
Really?
Yeah. We were 9 Line News, and we were doing interviews with celebrities and singers and stuff about their love of this country, veterans, and their charitable works with veteran organizations stuff. It was all a lie. It was just, I need to get in with these people. And then when I get in with these people, I'm going to get our shirts to them, and they're going to wear them, and they're going to be in front of a bunch of people. Right. And Charlie was one of the first celebrities that I got in with. And through that, David Corlew reaches out to me, and he goes, hey, I'm going to send you some all access passes. You can go to any Charlie Daniels concert you want to and hang out with us backstage and everything else. And I was like, oh man, this is amazing. Right. First concert we go down to Jacksonville, and I'm backstage. And this is, I think, maybe the first time I've ever been backstage for a concert. I'm lost. I don't know where I'm at. I'm literally lost. I was like, where is Jimmy? Jimmy Jimmy Burton. I said,
Yep.
where's Jimmy Burton at? And this tall drink of water standing out there in the hallway drinking my cold beer. And he goes, anything I can help you with? I said, man, I'm looking for Jimmy Burton. And he goes, why? And I said, well, I'm supposed to be meeting with like, I said, I was like, I'm got this pass and just go see Charlie Daniels and everything. Do they know you're coming? I was like, I guess. So he goes, all right, I'll show you, man. Come on. And,
Didn't know if he was trying to fangirl and get, like sneak in there and, you know.
Oh, he was.
oh, yeah,
He
that's all it
was,
was.
you
That's
know.
all it was. Yeah, I was sneaking in. So he
It
took
lost,
me-
you know what we call that back home? Lost, you know, that's a lost, couldn't find his ass with both hands in his back pocket, you know?
So we end up going to seeing Charlie and everything, and then Scooter plays, and I realized then my wife can never be around him or that band ever again, you know, because I saw the sparkle, the little sparkle in her eye, and I went, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. She liked it a little too much, you know what I mean? And it was like, calm down. But after the concert, we just hung out. I mean, and we sat there side stage and watched Charlie together because both of us love Charlie Daniels, his music, and from there we just sparked a friendship, and we've been friends ever since.
Can we just talk about how shitty it is to sit side stage at a show?
Terrible. It's the worst
sound
seats.
is horrible. You can't
does-
hear
yeah.
nothing. You'll go deaf and not even enjoy it. You know, if I'm going to go deaf, I want to at least enjoy what I'm doing.
It really is like the only thing is like the fact that like if you're not used to it, it's more of the experience of just being there.
Mm-hmm.
But like I tell people all the time, they're like, "Man, can you get us backstage?" I'm like, "I can, but like I'd rather you watch the show from the front because
Yeah.
it's
That's
gonna
where the sound's
sound
going,
way
yeah.
better."
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And so what I started doing was, okay, I want access to that because what I want to be able to do is go to the clean bathroom with
Right.
no
Yeah.
line. I want to be able to go to the green room where
That
the
is-
snacks and
that-
drinks
yeah,
are.
That is,
And then I'm going to come through that door. I mean, that security guy that's standing there, I look at him eye to eye. You see me? See this badge? This way, I'm going to be going right through
and
here.
there's a lot of food in them green rooms
Yes.
when everybody's on stage. You can go back there and get you a snack, go back
Oh, yeah.
on out to your
You can
seat.
load up.
I
Yeah.
can park back there where the bus is at and all
Mhm.
that stuff. And I'm like, okay, that's what I want. I'll go sit out there in the audience. I'm fine with that. I just need to be able to have that access. That's
Mhm.
all I'm looking for. You
Oh,
know what I
yeah.
mean? We ain't even got to hang out.
Yeah.
I'll still sit out there with the people before or after the show. I just want to be able to get back and get me a Diet Coke and go pee real quick.
As an artist, like when somebody's like, "Hey man, there's a show going on. You want to go to it?" I'm like, "Do we get like any kind of like backstage stuff?" And they're like, "No." I'm like, "No, I don't want to go. Like, I don't want to have to put up with all the lines and like, I actually don't like being in crowds. I like being on a stage. I feel like I have control there,
Yeah.
but I don't want to go stand in it. I don't want to go wait in the bathroom line. Like, I don't.
So the you did a show down in, I think it was Florida, it's one of the festival, like a 3-day festival. The girl at work, Reagan, you hooked her up with some all access passes and everything. She already had tickets for the show, and they hook her up and stuff, and she's helped with them get for Scooter to get, you know, shirts and stuff like that. So she goes down there for the show, and she came back and she goes, well, we're ruined now.
Ruined.
And I was like, why? She goes, we had parking. She goes, we were in the VIP section. We had seats. She goes, it was in a field. And she goes, but over here, I had a little table. I had seating. I could see everything. I had a waitress. She's like, and there's 20,000 people over here that don't have anything, and they're waiting in line for porta potties and all that stuff. She goes, I can't ever go to another concert again.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it'll ruin you.
It really will.
Well, and like sporting events.
Yes.
You get to go sit.
Yeah.
You get to go sit in the suite for a sporting event, and you're just like, I don't want to go back down there.
Nope.
You
No.
know.
Same thing happened to me for cruises. I did the Kid Rock Chill and the Most cruise. I think it was the 9th. The last one that he did was a cruise, and then I think he did one like in the Bahamas for the 10th, and he hasn't done it since. But that cruise was like being an artist on a cruise where like you have access to everything, and it was wild, man. The very first night we played, people started throwing wads of money down. There was people throwing bags of cocaine, joints on the stage. Security's going crazy because they're trying to figure out where it's all coming from. And it's just a wild party. And I was like, I got back off that cruise, and you're hanging out with Bob. You're hanging out with all the other artists that are there. And you're like, I don't ever want to do this again. I'm ruined. Like this will never be fun to me. Like,
Yeah.
unless it's like this.
You
Just go
don't
on-
want to take a Jet 2 holiday.
I don't.
Yeah, no,
No.
I get it.
You can take that.
Yeah.
You can take that. I don't want it.
So I mean, you meet Charlie, and you're at this point, you're you're opening up for Charlie, but then you get in with Travis Tritt and Marshall Tucker and all these people that all three of us love. You know what I mean? Like, it's real country music.
Dude,
and you're with these guys.
It was wild. Like, and I played with a lot of folks, and I became friends with Randy Travis before Randy had his stroke. And so he was one of my all-time favorites, along with Charlie and Travis. But he was like the biggest dude that I've ever like had any kind of like interaction with. And then I started working with
Apparently
Charlie.
you never met Porter Wagner. Talking about big
No,
guys.
I've heard the stories.
What was he called? 12 and a quarter Porter?
12 and a quarter. George Jones will tell you.